road again, leaving Hospedium Plaza Mayor, which was very comfortable, I have to say. Nice room. I got a room at the back, which was really quiet. And then they also have a deal, maybe they own it, with Santa Gloria, which is a really nice cafe. So you get 10% off there. And straight into the Plaza Mayor. It's an ideal location. There's stuff about Cervantes everywhere, of course. Something up on the wall there. The Plaza Mayor always looks very different early in the morning. They probably have a certain time slot where delivery vans can come in. So another hour or so and there'll be a dozen delivery vans in here topping up all the cafes with everything they need. And this morning I head off through that northern arch. First 6 k's or so are out through the city suburbs. So not the greatest walking on the roads, but you might see some interesting parts of the city. And after that it's onto a dirt track for the last 8 or 9, I think. So just 15 k's today to get back into it. Let's see how we go. We're just getting out of the suburbs of Salamanca. I'm not sure how many k's that was, probably 3 or something. Straight along the side of the road for a bit longer. At least we can start to see a bit of countryside. And up to this point it's just been walking along the side of the main roads. That Salamanca was nice, great place to have a break. Let's get on with it now. So I've finally left the road. We're getting out into the countryside beyond Salamanca. Now on a gravel track. Passing through this village. Not sure the name of it without looking at the map. Might stop there for a coffee, why not? It's a rare occurrence to be able to stop for a coffee on this route. Well, no coffee sadly, nothing open. I was planning on having breakfast here. Just as well I had breakfast before I left. So let's continue on. I've had plenty of food and water today, so not a problem. Nice to be out in the open countryside. So the next village is just up on the hill ahead there. And looking at my guide, it's about 3 kilometres away, so 45 minutes. Maybe there'll be a bar open. Get a coffee. And then it's about another 3.5 to where I'm stopping for the day, so really no rush today. That's why I didn't leave too early. You know, it's nice to leave sort of in the pre-dawn or around dawn and walk in the crisp air, but there was really no point because I would have got to my destination by about 11 or 12. So I'm aiming to have a nice slow walk today and get there by lunchtime and relax. Bit of a longer day tomorrow to El Cubo. Let me zoom out so it doesn't jump around so much. So from, it's another, what's the name of the place I'm staying? La Calzada or something, which means I think the causeway, La Calzada to something or other. So from there, tomorrow I'll walk to El Cubo, which is about 20 k's. So again, this is one of these sections between Salamanca and Zamora, where, you know, if you want to do 33, 34 k's a day, you can do it in 2 days. Or you break it up, so I'm breaking up today into a 15 and a 20. And then tomorrow, so 15 and then 20. And then I think I have 26 or something into Zamora. So it's that constant sort of juggling act on this route. You know, you do a short day or a long day, or how do you break up a really long day? But working out. The weather is great. Looking back on that first week or so, you know, it was getting really hot in the afternoons. It's not now. The last week or so has been fairly cool in comparison, only getting up to low 20s in the afternoon. I think today it's getting up to 24, 25 by mid to late afternoon, but I'll be finished by 1:30. And no rain, I can't believe it. Walking for about a month and no rain. That'll change, of course, when I get to Galicia. It always rains in Galicia. Whoever wrote that song, what was it? The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Obviously hasn't been to Spain, because it mainly falls in Galicia. Looks like these distances, I know I keep saying it, it's just so deceptive. I mean, that's going to take me almost an hour to get to that village. And it's going down a bit here and then a long, slow uphill. So I'll be ready for, if there's a bar open, what will I have? Maybe a second breakfast, which is rare on this Camino. A little bit of tortilla, perhaps. It'll be hit and miss, see what they got. Bird song there. These wide open landscapes are amazing, aren't they? I don't know what it is I like about them. It's just I don't know, the feeling of space and freedom or something. Sometimes they're not fun at the end of the day. Like walking into Salamanca, where you could see the the city from about 13 k's out. It was just endless trying to get there. That's probably one of the hardest finishes I've had. It's like that old sort of cartoon thing, isn't it? Where you dangle a carrot in front of the donkey to keep it going. That's what Salamanca was like. Yeah, it's there, you're almost there. There's sandy soil here, isn't it? Okay. Let's get on and up that hill and hopefully find somewhere to have a coffee. It's not so much about the coffee, it's just somewhere nice to get in the shade, get the pack off, sit down, get the weight off your feet. Again, I've probably said that many times. I think that's one of the big differences with this route, is that you're actually on your feet for most of your walking day. You know, there's not a lot of opportunity to sort of have a break and sit down. There's kind of nothing to sit on. For the older pilgrims like me, you know, sitting cross-legged on the grass is almost an impossible act of acrobatics. Anyway, let's go on up to that village. Just looking back at Salamanca, those buildings we can see are actually the village before Salamanca, I think. Quite a bit from it now. This is a good illustration of what walking the Via del Plata is like. You need to be very comfortable with solitude and just coping on your own. Because most of the time you're walking is like this. There's no one around, just you. And you're either going to love that or you're going to hate it. It's going to stress you out. I actually like it. So you've got to be very self-reliant, self-sufficient. I mean, it's the odd local comes past, but could be many days you're just totally on your own. Let's get on up that hill, see if there's a bar open. As you so often find with these small villages, there's not a lot of life in them. Little house there for sale. I think the Alquela is for rent. That's for sale. There was on the map a little Plaza Mayor with a bar, which I think is just around here. But I'm not holding out any hope. Let's have a look. Maybe not here. Must be up by the church. Let's go and have a look. I think this is probably it. Bar La Plaza. Let's go and have a look up here anyway. I don't think we're going to find anything open. Castellanos de Villacuera. That's the village that I just came through. And it was shut. As so many of these small villages are. The the bar marked on the map is permanently closed and up for rent. There was a little shop and a pharmacy, but I was really after somewhere to sit down and have a coffee. I've got plenty of drinks and snacks, so I'm going to continue on for a little bit up this way. And I'm not going to find any shade, I don't think. I'll find a rock to sit on, and I'll have a banana and some water. And it's about 3.7 k's to the next village. We might see it over this rise. It's quite a large town way off in the distance, which looks to be about 20 k's. I'm wondering if that's El Cubo. Possibly. It's a long way off. Be interesting to have a look at the map when I stop. Very flat around here. Lots of contrails in the sky. Looks like a big wind farm up there on the left. Anyway, let's go and find a rock to sit on. You know, I was just thinking about those two villages being closed, and I had originally planned to leave a bit earlier and have breakfast in one of those villages. But I thought, oh, there's no rush today, and the cafe beneath the hotel opened at 8 o'clock, so I thought I'll get breakfast there. But I didn't pack a lot of water, because I thought, well, I'll be stopping in those villages, I can get a bottle of water or fill it up in the washroom. But after a month, I'm kind of learning my lesson. I've got just enough water to do the whole day. So I think a bit of a lesson there, that always think you're going to be able to top up where you think you will. So I think how much did I put in? I probably got about 600 in my main bottle in the front and 200 or 300 in the back, so that's fine. I've got enough to get me there. Plenty. I've been sipping away. I'm intrigued as to where I'm headed. There's kind of a village down in the lower ground there. Oh, okay. See that white building with the yellow crops? Just above and to the right of that looks like a church tower. So that's about 3.5 k's. That'll be where I'm headed. And then there's, looks like a much bigger town on the horizon. That couldn't possibly be another 20 k's. If it is, that's El Cubo. But that looks too close. We'll find out tomorrow when we start walking there, won't we? But I'd say that's where I'm headed. The other side of those yellow crops, church tower, about 3.5 k's. I hope somebody's got a Menu del Dia going. I had a look at the guidebook and the map, and there seem to be a few things in the village. A couple of shops and a couple of bars and that kind of stuff. Oh, well, in fact, the place I'm staying, El Pozo, is a hostel, and it also has a restaurant. I forgot about that. So, and they're renowned for their rice dishes, so that's something worth an incentive, isn't it? So, sort of, what am I trying to say here? A nice end to the day's walking would be a nice lunch, even though it's a short day. I'm still intrigued about that town over there. The reason I'm kind of intrigued is that it's supposed to, tomorrow's walk is supposed to be really boring. It's on a track, hopefully like this, which is good walking, but next to a highway all day for about 20 k's, and apparently off to the right there's a prison, and occasionally, you know, you hear the announcements, cell block C, you know, exercise time is over, get back in. And I don't kind of see anything that looks like a prison complex off to the right. So, all will be revealed. Should have brought a little pair of binoculars. I almost did. But, you know, you kind of get paranoid about weight. Now, I forgot the main task. I've got to find a rock to sit on. Just to give my feet a rest. I'll have a bit of water and maybe a banana. Because although that village looks really close, it's going to take me almost an hour to get there. Anybody see a rock? In lieu of a rock, there's one. What I have found is quite handy to sit on is a culvert. And there's one over there. It's just somewhere to sit comfortably and get the weight off your feet. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll go down into the field. There we go. I can actually use that as a seat. So let's have a quick break. What am I looking at here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, can't see in the sun. So I've got as far as that yellow field of crops. Not sure what these are. It's a nice time of year to walk though, because you get some of the crops are out and you get the wildflowers out. I've got some lavender here. A couple of k's to go, I think. There's that white shed. Church is looking a little bit closer.